Holly from Cure Media, who has just finished her session on the pyramid stage. So we're just going to have a little chat and dig a little bit deeper into what Holly discussed during the session. So first of all, what has been your highlight of the day so far?
This is going to sound super vain, but I kind of think speaking, I know that's like not what you're meant to say, you're meant to be like, just seeing everyone. But it kind of is that, you know, like it's wonderful seeing how this channel has evolved. We're still such a baby channel, and then you look out at this room, the size of it, see everyone who's turned up to engage with what you want to share with them, and that's heartwarming.
Indeed, yes, and it was an amazing turnout for the session. So yeah, you should be pleased, and that's a completely valid highlight. So in your session, you spoke about data-driven marketing, and it's always great to have the backing of data. But what are some of the problems that could arise if you put too much of a focus on data, and what are the solutions for that?
Yeah, I think, you know, influencer marketing at its core is a human marketing channel. You know, it's all about peer-to-peer, and it's about real relationship building rather than just transactional discount code pushing, or, you know, that kind of more mercurial form of marketing. So I think there can be the temptation for brands to, you know, or influencer size is one of the mistakes we see, where like, we want to hit the most people because that's going to be the best value for our money, so we need to go for the biggest influencer. Like, no, that's so short-sighted. This is about relationships, and you're effectively buying a human billboard instead. And that's not to say that mega influencers, celeb influencers don't have their place. They do, but they are not the be-all and end-all of influencer marketing. So I think for brands or for agencies, it's about using data to work out what is genuinely best, not just what has the biggest numbers against it.
Absolutely, yeah. We're all super aware now, I think, well, hopefully, that micro creators and nano creators are just as good, often better than the macros. So yeah. So to you, what is the ultimate measurement of success when you look at how an influencer marketing campaign has performed?
I mean, it's tricky because, having said don't be transactional, obviously you want some money against a campaign. You want ROI, particularly in this economy. You need to have that kind of return. But I think the real crux of it is the long-term payoff. You know, if you're doing something like a discount code, something very performance-driven, then you might get short-term gains, but they're not going to pay off 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. So you almost want to more look at who has engaged with us in the first activation that we've run, who's still sticking around 6 months from now. Have we actually increased our audience size rather than just one-off customers?
Absolutely, it's all about the relationship building. So this time next year at the Influencer Marketing Show, what do you think is going to be the hottest trend that we're discussing?
Oh, that's so interesting. I think there's a couple of things that might play. I think we will hear a lot more about Web3 and virtual influencers, because I do think Gen Z has a very different response to these kinds of environments compared to millennials, and so as they come into prominence in the consumer space, they will drive that as a new trend. I also think something interesting that I'm seeing at the moment is an active rejection by influencers of the aspiration to be mega influencers. I'm seeing a lot of influencers nowadays lock in their accounts at 20,000 followers, 50,000 followers, because they do not want the pressure of being mega, being a celeb on the internet. And with that, I think comes an innate kind of protectiveness of that authenticity, that relationship that's so important to our channel. So I think there'll be more discussions about that.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I haven't actually thought about that myself before, so that's something I'll look into for sure. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and now you can enjoy the rest of your day.
Straight to the Prosecco now.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you so much for having me.